spice jar? It is. All right, hey, good morning guys. Welcome to the kitchen. I was tagged in a video by Renee of Renee's Garden, and I think everybody who's watching knows who Renee is. And the tag is the hashtag Spice Train Challenge. And what the challenge is about is taking herbs that you have grown and creating spices out of it to use in your home and for your family. You could use any spices, peppers, anything that you want to create, you know, some sort of seasoning with. This jar is an old one. You see that? It was crushed pepper, and yeah, that was in 21. And she's empty, but I have a bigger jar where this is red peppers that I grew out in my garden last year that I've dried and dehydrated. This is a mix. It's a old pickle jar. It's a mix of like basil, parsley, onion, where I just did I dried it and just hand crushed it and placed it in this jar. These are just some green onions that I've, you know, kind of dried and just placed in the jar. And these are this is a powder that I've made from when I juice things. So this is probably kale and spinach, collards, sweet potato, apple. That pulp I take and I dry it. I place it on the dehydrator, dry it, and then, you know, powder it. So that's what this is. But today I'm going to make, I like compound butter, and that's a butter that you place spices or normally it's spices in there, but I've made an orange like compound butter before, like a sweeter, a honey orange. But today I'm just going to make my version of an herbed compound butter. All right, and I have some green onions that I cut up. This is some rosemary that I, you know, got from the yard. And I have some thyme. The thyme is here at the bottom, more rosemary and onions, and just a handful of basil because I don't really have that much basil that's ready. So I'm gonna take these things and place them in my spice grinder here. So I have it's just like a coffee grinder, but I use it to place my spices in. So I'm gonna take some of this thyme, some of the onions and rosemary. Oh, it smells so good. Okay, I have one lone. All right, so that's what we're looking like in there. I'm going to dump these things here. And I'm gonna go to the second tray because I wanna make sure that I have, the thyme smells so good. So here I'm putting rosemary and these green onions tops. So this is my version of a makeshift, you know, Italian seasoning. All right, there we have it. So I'm gonna dump that in here. I'm gonna put this out of the way. Okay, so now here's what I have. I have a bowl of my ground up spices. Let me see if I can remember. Parsley, rosemary, thyme, sage, and maybe like 5 basil leaves in there because like I said, I didn't have that many. I'm going to add just a little bit of my pepper to this. Just a dab. And now I'm gonna just add some butter. I like to use salted butter. So I'm gonna add 1 stick of butter in here. And this is great on top of, you know, like steamed veggies, baked potatoes, toast, there's rice, whatever you put butter on, you can use this. See, I'm just mixing it up. And it's nice and creamy. I left the butter out last night so that it would be ready for me to use this morning. I'm gonna add 1 more stick of butter, you know, because these spices are pretty concentrated. I'm like, I want flavor, but I don't want to be absolutely overwhelmed. I'm gonna put a piece of toast in while I do this. I'm like, and I normally keep some in a dish for just, you know, regular daily use, already kind of softened. And then I freeze some so that I can, you know, use it later. I like put it in, you know, a saran wrap. All right. And I don't need to add really anything else because, you know, if you're thinking, oh, what about salt? But this is salted butter and, you know, that's really enough. So I'm going to take probably like half of it and put it here. Okay. And this is what I'm going to put in the freezer. Kind of just press it down and kind of shape it. And then I just twist, you know, the ends. And now I have a nice, you know, compound butter to use in the future. I'm like, if you were to, you know, invite friends over or having a dinner, this is just, you know, it's just butter, but it's still impressive. It's not just basic butter. I'm gonna spread it on the toast there. Oh, that's hot. I like my toast buttered from end to end, cornered all the pieces of the bread. I want everything covered in butter. Oh, it's hot. All right, we're gonna have a taste of our butter and see what she tastes like. It's really good. I'm like, you can taste all the herbs, and there's a little kick from the red pepper that I put in there. But this is great. This is so much better than basic butter. So that's how one of the ways that I use my herbs, you know, to eat. And I love it. And I think anybody who watches this, give it a try. Give it a try, because we're doing so much drying and trying to figure out ways. I know me personally, I'm sorry, I don't have anything to drink with this bread, but we're trying to figure out ways to utilize all the things that we are growing and harvesting. And I think this is just one extra way that would be perfect. Oh, before I forget, this is a challenge or a tag. So I need to tag 3 people. I'm gonna tag Gardening with Stacy. She's over there in Jamaica, and I know she's growing bunches of wonderful herbs that she can whip up something and share with us. And I'm going to also tag Clausen's World. She's in Texas, and she just moved to a new home, and she's got a new garden, but you would never know that it was a new garden. She's got so many things growing back there. I'm like, it's just wonderful, all that she's done in the time that she's been there. And I'm also going to tag the everyday life of an OCD-ish chick. I love when Nikki's in the kitchen whipping up her meals and lunches and doing all the things that she's doing over there with the things that she's growing. So yes, I would love to have you ladies do this tag, and let's get this spice train going. All right, so it will be hashtag Spice Train Challenge. All right, ladies, and everybody else, thanks for watching. Bye. Have a wonderful day in the kitchen or in the garden.